Andor Season 2, Episode 11, titled Who Else Knows, sees the aftermath of Daedra's raid and Luthen's death. The coldness and hopelessness of the situation leads to this episode actually being mostly void of music, as we see Daedra in a cold and lifeless basement. This is Star Wars Music Analysis.
Do it.
The title card feels more familiar to Season 1 than many of the tracks recently. The second half of this season has seen a lot of more creative tracks for the title card, including the radio and the Gorman singing variations. Here, we get something more akin to the out-of-tune synths and direct string theme that we came to expect in Season 1. This immediately made me feel that this was going to go back to old times in a standard Cassian infiltration mission. But the theme also pays tribute to Luthen by having his swells enter over top, which allows us to give way directly to the aftermath from Kleya killing Luthen. As the tension builds with the hospital medical director, low drones enter to underscore the tension. From there, they help us transition to the next scene with Daedra. The episode is actually very absent of music, but it works. Here, the absence allows us to hear every nuance, every footstep, every breath, and just feel fully immersed in the conversation.
Would drag me to this forsaken basement. Who told you about Galen Ursa?
It's not until the end of the interrogation that low drones enter again to heighten tension and transition the scene.
She needs to be found. We need agents at every transit point we can cover.
We'll do our best to kill her.
But as we return to the hospital, it's silence in the music again to allow us to feel the coldness of the moment. But as we see Kleya working to form her escape, the music returns and begins to build to underscore the energy and tension. As she sends her signal for help, the music finally calms into Luthen's swells as she's still an echo of the events unfolding. As Heert struts his stuff towards the ISB headquarters, the ISB cords enter to escort him along with the strings smothered in the wow and flutter effect. Music returns again later as Kleya's message is sent again, this time with a recipient as Cassian moves into action. The music moves more this time to reflect his movement. The horn calls on a variation of Cassian's theme, and I'm so glad we get a little more K2SO at the end of this show.
I've been counting the orders we've disobeyed so far. Would you like to know how many?
No.
17.
The ISB cords return as Heert searches Luthen's shop. The string attacks more aggressive now. Whether out of desperation or anger, we don't know.
She's still working in the bank.
As Cassian brings the U-Wing into Coruscant, his theme plays in a very augmented version, reflecting the weight of the situation. Augmentation in music is when we stretch something out. It can refer to pitch or, in this case, the rhythm of something. Here, Cassian's theme is drawn out over a much longer period of time, almost obscuring it to our ears.
Take it from here.
Hang on.
From there, beats enter as the tensions build and sides begin to meet one another, centering around
should be considered armed and dangerous. It's imperative she's taken alive. Supervisor!
But as the ISB shutdown comes, the music goes silent with everyone's communications. As the worry of Cassian builds, as he realizes this, the music re-engages, not leaving us the opportunity to actually breathe in this tense moment. But then we almost wish it had continued as Cassian and Melshi leave the elevator and we're left stranded in the silence and dripping of water as they exit, fully exposed. But as we return to the Imperials, the drums of war enter to summon the oncoming action. It recedes then into low underlying pulses to give room to the inevitable build-up to come. Descending thirds continue to repeat over and over again, like the obsession that Clea has with this entire Death Star project. It's a necessary obsession and one that needs to be heard, so the strings continuing to play the thirds over and over until they're heard directly into the credits.
He just couldn't swallow his pride.
I love the build-up. This is one of the biggest cliffhangers that we've been left with all throughout this show, and obviously they make it out, but the tension was still building, and a lot of this had to do with the lack of music in the beginning of this episode. It gave space and breath to the sound, like a composer writing a large, soft section, knowing that it's the space that is needed before the crescendo to come. But I'm also curious what you all think. What did you think of this episode? Did you notice the lack of music, and if so, did it affect the way you experienced everything? Tell me in the comments below what you think, and consider checking out my Patreon page using the link in the description, where you can help support this channel for as little as $1 a month, or download PDFs and MP3s of projects as I complete them, along with other perks at higher tiers. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to learn more about the music of a galaxy far, far away, and as always, may the be with you.